Hi guys, today I will be sharing how to make star bread. For the ingredients we need 1 egg, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 packet of yeast which is 7 to 8 grams, 1/4 cup of butter, 1/3 cup of powdered milk, 3/4 cup of sugar, 1 cup of warm milk, and 4 cups of bread flour or plain flour if you don't have bread flour. To begin, we're gonna warm up the milk and then add 1 tablespoon of the sugar to the warm milk. And then we will add the yeast. Make sure that your milk is warm, not hot, or else it's gonna kill the yeast. Give this a good mix and we will set this aside for about 10 minutes. While we're waiting, we're gonna combine the bread flour, salt, the powdered milk, and the sugar. Give it a mix, and then we will set this aside as well. While we are waiting, we can melt the butter as well. So our yeast is now ready. So I'm gonna use my stand mixer to do the kneading process, but you can use your hand to knead the dough. So now in my stand mixer, I'm gonna put in the milk with the yeast. Then I'm gonna crack in the egg. I'm also gonna add the melted butter. At this point, we can add the flour. Just don't add the flour all at once. We just want to check the consistency of the dough first before dumping all the flour. Because once the flour is all in, we cannot change the consistency. So start kneading the dough. At this point, we can add the rest of the flour. Again, every flour is different. You might need more or less, but for me, 4 cups of the bread flour is enough. Then we're gonna knead this for about 6 to 8 minutes. So after about 6 to 8 minutes, our dough should look like this. It's elastic. Now I've got a bowl here with a little bit of oil inside. I just gonna put the dough into this bowl. Our dough should be a little bit dense and a little bit sticky, but it doesn't stick in your hand that much. So roll the dough into the oil. And then we're gonna cover this with cling wrap. And then we will let it rise in a warm spot for about an hour only. So after an hour, this is what the dough looks like. It doesn't double in size, so don't be alarmed. That's perfectly normal. So now we're gonna divide the dough into small pieces. I cut my dough about 50 grams each. Once we cut all the dough, we're gonna shape the dough into balls. So I'm forming it by rubbing it against my work surface using my palm, just like this. One more time. Just tuck the dough at the bottom and then to form it into balls, like rub it against your work surface, just like this, using your palm. And this is what they should look like. Now we're gonna let it rest in a warm spot again for only 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, it's time to form the star shape on the top. So using a kitchen scissor, we're just gonna make a cut in the center and then onto the sides, just like this. this. And now I've got melted butter. I'm just gonna brush it on top of the dough. By the way, your oven should be preheated at 180 degrees Celsius. And once we brush the dough with the butter, we're gonna sprinkle this with sugar, just on the top. You can dip it in the sugar if you like, but I prefer this method. And now bake it in a preheated oven again at 180 degrees Celsius for about 12 to 15 minutes. And this is what they look like after baking. You can serve it warm or cold. And this is the finished product. I hope you give this a try. This is so good. I can guarantee that you're gonna love it. And it's so easy to make. You don't need lots of ingredients to make this. And just to show you what it looks like inside when you open up the bread. In the middle, you think that it's uncooked, but it is cooked. I'll show you. It's just the texture of it. I can guarantee that you're gonna love this, so please do give it a try. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'm glad to be back after 3 weeks of holidays. See you again next week. Bye!